Hi everyone, I am Yasmeen and I'm here today to talk to you about grief. I made a video before where I talked about my grief story and why I am going to start making some grief related content. You can go to that video if you want to kind of hear my story about the loss of my mom and her passing 14 years ago. This video is not particularly about grief, but I want to talk about knowing your mom. I want to, as a woman who is 33 and has lost her mom at the age of 19, so I've gone through my entire adult life without my mother. I want to talk about knowing your mom and using the time you have with your mother wisely. Obviously, this applies only to people who have mothers who are genuine, loving, and good mothers. I know that not everybody has the type of mom that is loving and genuine enough to make the effort to get to know them. They're not narcissistic mothers, abusive mothers, and all types of mothers. But if you have a mom that doesn't fall into those categories of narcissism and abuse and etc., this video is for you. I want women who are younger girls and women who are in their younger years, in their 20s or even in their 30s, to start to know their mother better. If your mom is alive, and this could apply to anybody in your life who you love, but I'm going to talk specifically about moms because that was what I lost. It was my mother, and one of the only things in my life I would change, if I could change anything, would be to have gotten to know my mom better when I had her in my life. The reason it's so important because as girls and women, we go through phases in our life, especially in our teenage years, where we're a little bit distant from our mothers. So we kind of, and it's weird because I'm an avid novel reader, fiction novel reader, and anytime I'm reading stories about teenage girls or women who are in their early adult years, there's like this friction and conflict with the mother and the daughter. I feel like it's temporary, and if you see it as temporary and you kind of overcome it or can kind of skip that phase, it's definitely worth it to do. As I wish I skipped the phase of not being close to my mom. And that was when I was in high school and I was a teenager. And then she ended up passing away a year after my graduation. I never got to really know her. And when I say know your mother, I mean, obviously, you know your mom. You know she's your mom. She loves you, loves your siblings, takes care of everybody, all of that. But now that I'm a mom of 2 kids, I realize how much about me they don't know. And obviously it's because they're 8 years old and 5 years old. As they grow up, they won't know much about me if I don't tell them, or if they don't have interest in it. They won't know much about who I am other than being their mom. Your mom has lived a whole life before becoming your mom. She was a young girl with memories, experiences. She was a teenager with memories and experiences. And she was a young woman with memories and experiences. And you're only seeing her after all of that. If you don't get to know her, take the time to get to know that life that she had, you won't fully know who your mom is. And it's just such a beautiful thing to know everything about your mother that you can know. Use that in your own life, because this is someone who is directly connected, related to you, who has roots with you, and you can learn so much from her life. When I was in high school, I just had this distance with my mom, and it wasn't because of anything she did wrong. It was because she was an independent, strong mother, and she worked all the time. She wanted to make sure we had a savings account and that we had a home and food to eat. She was always busy, and then when she was home, she was tired or busy at home, taking care of the house. There was very little time for her to just relax and sit down and talk to us and absorb her children, because she was so busy in survival mode. When my mom got sick and she got cancer, I saw that kind of change in her. She started to kind of rest a little bit more than she normally would and connect with us a little bit more than she normally would. And I was still a teenager at that time, like I was still young, so I didn't fully understand like how to connect with her as much as I can before she goes. I didn't realize how much of her I could have gotten to know or asked her about or conversated with her about while I still had my time with her. I want young girls watching this to think about your mom and what she's been through in life, and that this is her first time living too, and this is her first time experiencing motherhood, and this is her first time living this life. Like, this life is as new to your mom as it is to you. Maybe you're younger and she has more experience, but everything she's learning as she goes is also new to her. There's a patience that is required when it comes to your mom, and being patient, understanding that yes, she doesn't fully understand me, or she's enforcing a lot of rules on me, or she's not really connecting with me. But if you fully understand that she's also a person and not just a mother, it helps you not fret about that and just be present with your parent. When you're a teenager and your mom is not the coolest, not the most connected to you person, not seeming like the most understanding person, just know that at the end of the day, your mother loves you and wants what is best for you more than anybody in this world. And now, again, I'm only talking about mothers who are not abusive and narcissistic. Your mother wants better for you than anybody around you. That is an unconditional, amazing love that is unmatched anywhere, is the love of a mother for her child. And that's why I say, while you can, absorb as much of that love and absorb as much about her that you can, do it. Do it while you have her. Find out about her. Ask her about her younger days. Ask her about her friendships. Ask her about past relationships. Get to know who she is, because that is your mother. That is the generation before you. And that will help you so much in life, that information that you have about her. Every little thing I know about my mom, I use it now to build who I am today. And I don't even feel like I know that much. So I think, imagine if she was here and I was able to ask her all these questions and find out all of these things about her when she was young, but I can't because she's not here. So that's why I'm saying, if you do have your parent, even your mother, even if it feels like your worlds apart and there's like no getting along and no connecting, trying to see through that and understanding that you're in a phase and that you could break through this phase early and just avoid all those years that you might regret that you weren't close with your mom. Avoiding that is really important, because all you have promised in life is now. You're not promised your future. You're not promised your mother's future. So if there's any time that you want to get to know who your mom is, now is the time. I didn't know I wouldn't have my mom for my adult years. I had no idea until she got diagnosed and told there was no treatment. I had no clue. I really thought I had my mom my whole life. And so I lived like that. I lived as if I would have always had my mom. And so I feel like at times I took her presence for granted, and I wish I kind of paused her and told her, Mommy, I know you're busy, just stop. I want to spend time with you. And I never did that because I just didn't think that my time with her was limited, and no one knows how much time they have with anybody. Apply that to everything in your life, but you just don't know. That know your mother, see your mother, get to know her in the time that you have her. If you're watching this in your teenage years, listen to me. I'm in my 30s. I went through my 20s without my mom, and I know what a absolute blessing it would have been to have had her in my 20s, and even now in my 30s. What a blessing it would have been to be able to call her when I had my daughter or my son and tell her, Mommy, I'm overwhelmed. What do I do? When my marriage, before I divorced, so many issues I had that I wish I could have called her and told her exactly what was happening, gotten her help. I didn't have that. So many things in life where you just need somebody. Your mom is that person the unconditional rock love, warmth that you rarely find elsewhere. Your mother has that. And having that throughout your teenagers, 20s and 30s, 40s, 50s is priceless. It's a wealth you cannot buy. Something that even the wealthy cannot buy. You cannot buy your mother back from heaven. If you take away anything from this video, it's walk into the other room if your mom is there and talk to her and just hang out with her, spend some time with her. You don't have to go, hey mom, tell me all about your life right now. Take it easy, take it slow. But that friction that you may be feeling with your mom, that tension that just can't get along. I just can't vent to her. I can't open up to her. She doesn't get it. That is temporary. You will not always feel like that. There will come a time where your mom is the only person who will get it. The only person you'll be able to go to. And the only person you'll want to go to. So while you can, go to your mom. Get to know your mom. See her. And use the time you have with her wisely. It's like having this capsule of wisdom and love, and you're not taking it. You're not making the most out of this amazing portal of love and unconditional kindness and warmth that you have access to. That's the end of that video. I don't like to make my videos too long, but I said what I said, and I hope that what you take from this is that life is short. No one is guaranteed tomorrow. No one is guaranteed the relationships they have forever. And this life is temporary. While you have it, and while you have a mother, hold on to her, keep her close, and respect her. Respect her wisdom, respect the love she has for you. Even if you can't tell, or you feel like you can't tell, or you don't understand. If your mother is not a narcissist or an abusive mom, and she's there, she loves you. Keep yourself close to her. That is your rock. That is your lifelong ride or die partner. Not your man, not your boyfriend, not your husband, not anyone. As much as your mother, if you have a good mother. That woman will be with you for your whole life with her, that she has with you. Thank you for watching. If you agree with what I said, you can like the video, you can subscribe, you can comment what your thoughts are on what I said. Stay in touch, because I do want to make more content about this experience of grief. And yeah, bye.